Ninjago Crystalized brought back a lot of things from previous seasons of Ninjago. Old characters, old relics, and old locations, like the Oni Temple from 7 seasons ago. So in this video I'm going to be making a ton of custom minifigures and recreating scenes from the Crystal Temple before trying to combine it all into one giant MOC. But the catch is I can't spend any money on new parts. Do I have what it takes, or will this end in disaster? Let's find out. Ninjago Crystalized was meant to be the grand finale of Ninjago since 2011, so they intended to bring back as many ninja allies and villains as possible. So in this video we're going to try and build as many custom figures as we can. In Crystalized, the Overlord sends Harumi to recruit villains to form the Council of the Crystal King. So let's make Harumi first. No. I have this lady from Ninja Turtles with some purple on her torso, so I'll use that. And for the face I've got this evil looking one from a generic minifigure. For her hair, I'll take this brown one because the shaping is similar to the original, even though the color is different. Just give her a sword and we're done. I still don't understand how her sword is immune to Oni power. Now I have no idea where he came from, but Mr. E from Season 8 was rebuilt after being destroyed in Season 9.
Mr. E?
Mr. F. He's the new model. Unfortunately, he still doesn't talk.
I made Mr. E in the very first video on my channel actually, so we can bring him back, but just change his outfit to be more black. And let's give him a crystal blaster too. This next guy I want to make technically isn't a villain, but he held a place on the council for a short time, and that's Lloyd. I mean, he disguised himself as the mechanic, and I want to make Lloyd in this suit. So I took Legacy Kai's torso and some grey pants. I got a mustache from a Lego Movie Robot Sheriff, Lloyd's face and a bowler hat from an Ultra Agents villain, and the figure is done. For the robot arm, I got a 1x1 brick and just put it on Lloyd's hand and attached a cone. Comment down below if this is illegal, I have no clue. And yes, this is the figure on the trailer thumbnail. I've been planning this since the beginning.
So we've got our villain figures done, and now it's time to recreate the meeting room where the Crystal Council first meets.
In the clip, they sit around a 6-sided table, so I angled the pieces with 1x1 studs. In the middle, there's a pedestal for the crystal spire, and these little pink wedges represent the crystals around it. Also, just for some detail, I've added the archway in the background. I made a mini version of every member of the council, including Pythor, Harumi, Vangelis, and Asphira. For Vangelis, his mask is just a modified 1x1 plate, and Asphira's body is a double-sided snot brick. Now we just need to make the Overlord himself, also known as the Crystal King in this season. He has 4 arms, and the only upper torso piece I have is from General Kozu, but it's red. So let's just go with this red color scheme, and I'll take Kai FS because he has gold arms, and just switch out the legs with Kozu's. This villain from Nexo Knights has a scary red face, and then I added Kozu's red helmet and attached a glizzy/sausage piece to the helmet, and then attached some horns. From the back it really looks like the Crystal King, and I'm very happy with this. Big brain moves right there. So we've got all our villains, and now it's time to make some of the good guys. Ronin and Skylord both return, and since I made them in previous videos, I'll just take them from there too. I can also bring back the Prime Empire figures from an earlier video. Scott, Okino, and Milton died. This brings back so many good memories. We've got the allies, but we don't have the ninja themselves, so let's do this the TD Bricks way. Cue the music. We have the 5 Ninja and Samurai X. I used any minifigures I could for the Ninja to make this unified team and gave them their custom weapons. And for Samurai X, I used Nia's Hands of Time suit and some generic samurai pieces. Now the first part of the season is about tracking down a Vengestone buyer, and it's actually Harumi who has been making a Vengestone army. So let's make the giant room that contains the Vengestone army. I used 1x1 bricks and cones, yellow studs and black wedge pieces. Looks pretty menacing to me. In Ninjago Crystalized, Garmadon teaches Lloyd how to activate Oni form and grow 2 arms. I really want to make them, but I already used my double torso for the Overlord.
And give in to your rage, then channel it through your face!
So for Garmadon, I'll take 2 generic black bodies and get a translucent 1x2 brick because it doesn't have a support pillar inside like a regular brick. I'll add some wings, a face, and some Oni horns using the same glizzy trick for the helmet. I'll do the exact same for Lloyd, but because the green brick looks weird, I'll cover it with a bracket and Nexo Knight shield. For the head, I'll use the glizzy trick again, but attach it to Lloyd's head using a 1x1 golden clip. They look pretty ugly, but I've got no other options. finally all our figures are done. And my desk is really messy. This is probably the biggest group of minifigures I've ever done for a video. Lloyd is pretty mad at Harumi though, so let's make the scene where Lloyd unleashes Oni power for the first time. There's a lava pool, some raised platforms, and a jail cell for Lloyd. I made a micro Harumi and a micro Lloyd too that can fit in the jail cell. So we finished our 3 micro builds, and now it's time to combine our 3 crystal temple scenes into one giant MOC. I wanted to make like a structure to stack everything, so I made a base, then some pillars, and then secured it with Technic beams. I repeated this for each level: base, pillars, Technic beams, base, pillars, Technic beams. I was able to hang Lloyd's jail cell from the top, and this thing is just really satisfying to look at. Then I wanted to start making the exterior, but then that's when things really started getting messy. I made the giant Oni mask at the front, but it went terribly, it didn't look that great. I tried again and it was a slight improvement, but still not accurate at all. I got so fed up that I started the base of the temple, and then I suddenly realized I wouldn't have enough parts to finish it. So now it's time to start over.